Hey, Shalom, Israel. It's Officer Debar Maf, ISUPK, under Commander General Yohana. This is the Hebrew language class. Y'all let me know if the angle is good for y'all. Try to mess with it a little bit. Make sure y'all get the best angle possible. All right. So let's see. All right. So yeah, today, what I'm gonna do is I think it's been a while since I taught. Last time I left off, I was given some common nouns and some common verbs. I think what I'll do today is give more of those and write them down so that now you can even more broaden your vocabulary when it comes to the Lashawan Qadash. Um, and if you have any questions online about anything, I'll go rather slow today, so you can get it all down. And then what I'll do is I'll put some words on the board. I'll leave them there for, let's say, 3 minutes. Talk about them, explain them. You know what I'm saying? How to use them. Of course, we already went over our other forms of speech, like your adjectives and other pronouns and things like that. How you can connect the sentence together. So I'll just give you more so you have more in your repertoire. So right now, I'll go with. If you didn't know, father. You see it? You see this camera? They can see it. You see that? Nah, they can't see it.
I can zoom in on it. Right closer.
Let's see. I'm gonna modify this camera angle. Give me 1 second. Bear with me, y'all. And I'm gonna write it a lot bigger. So let's see what it looks like now. How's that look? Excellent. Father in Hebrew is Abba. Looks like this. Abba. All right. Next one is stone, which is a bun. Next one is Lord. Is out of one. Next one is ground. Which is Adama. I told you, right? It's not that different. You should probably do this.
Slice, I got a quick question, but it's off topic though.
Go ahead.
When you read it tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And certain words are together.
Right.
How can you tell like how can you tell like this word mean this? Cause like in ancient, you know what I'm saying, we don't have like
The connectors.
yeah, come.
It's about it's honestly just about like
Judgment?
no, it's not about judgment. It's about skill.
Come.
It's about understanding the language, right? So knowing these type of root words, you know what I'm saying, to help you understand what you know what I'm saying, what the root word is.
Come.
Then the things that's added on it, like ha or wa, or you know what I'm saying, something like that,
Right.
or ma at the end, or hall at the end. It just indicates something different, which is what we was going over like a while ago. That's
Right.
why it's important for brothers to get in these classes, because once you see it, you'll see the root word, then you'll know how to break the word down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, come.
Like
Like they say they put like a pot at the end.
right,
It's like something like that. You
right,
know?
yeah, like yeah. But what it is, let me see. What's a good example?
Is it really like you said? Like it depending on like the root word of the actual word. You know what I'm saying?
Right, like let me see. Trying to look for one you understand already. You already know. So halakam, halakam, or lakamya,
Come here.
like to fight.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? The ya or the ha would imply like to fight or fought or something else, so you'll understand. But the root word is is lakam, which is to fight.
Come.
You know what I mean? So that's pretty much it. I actually broke this down like some weeks back. You know what I'm saying? I went over, gave the whole entire spiel on how to connect them up. Just look it up. You know what I'm saying? It should be up there. It'll help you out a whole lot, so you can start understanding more about the root words.
Come.
So when you see them, you'll be able to identify what it's talking about. Like words, you know. What's some words you know?
As far as the Hebrew,
Yeah, as far as the Hebrew.
I mean, Yahweh. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean like just like nouns or verbs. What's a verb you know?
I know greetings, like shalom.
How do you say march in Hebrew?
Qadash, Tazai?
Well, that's ready march. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or forward march. You know what I'm saying? But how do you say march in Hebrew? If Qadawam is forward, Taza'ai is march, right?
Right.
So what if you saw a word that said ha Taza'ai wa?
We march.
We marched.
We marched.
Nevertheless, what I'm trying to help you understand is the root word is
Right.
tazai. When you see that, you'll understand. How about be quiet? How do you say be quiet?
Shemai.
Or listen, hear,
Come.
right? So what if somebody said, Hashemayim?
Y'all be quiet.
See what I'm saying?
Because
Yum is plural.
plural.
You see what I'm saying?
Come.
So now you start to learn how to flow with it, and then you're good to go.
Okay.
What if somebody said, how do you say stop?
It's like, I don't know.
Itazar, right?
Itazar.
So if you saw Itazar, but it was a wa in front of it, what would it say?
You stop.
Wa is and.
And
And
yeah,
stop.
And stop. Yeah, well.
Or wa. Well, was like but and the stop. You know what I'm saying? Or wa atazar would be and stop.
Come.
So if you telling somebody to go over there and then wa atazar, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You telling them go over here and then stop. You see what I'm saying? So when you see it in the Tanakh, right? And you see that word that might make you stumble, when you read the root word, you'll know what it's already implying. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's how you do it.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Think about that root word and the connotation of what you're reading. Then look at what's in front of it. Then what's behind it. It'll tell you what the word is trying to say.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why when we be at Sabbath class, you remember I used to always be at Sabbath class teaching.
Right.
So now I don't. Lamont runs it, right? But what you have to understand is first what you're reading, what the context is, and if you're familiar with it in English, some words you'll see, you already know them. That's how back when I used to run it, I'd be like, okay, boom, this is that. You know what I'm saying? Or that is this. This is the sky. That's the earth. This is a rose. This is a, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're talking about this, blah, 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 because now you start opening up your mind and understanding the root words of your sentences, the root word of what your sentence is implying. You see what I'm saying? The plurality in the sentence in Hebrew could be on the same word. It could be on the one word that indicates more. Just by yum.
That's something with English though sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, kind of.
That's true.
Yeah.
But mostly in Hebrew,
right.
The same word, it'll show you that. So you just apply that rule to the Hebrew.
Kind of.
You know what I'm saying? A plurality is easy. It's simple. So you'll see a yum or a nawa. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Nawa, it implies we, our. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you once you get familiar with it, you'll be good to go. Then reading Hebrew at the Passover ain't gonna be that hard. And you're reading the Hebrew, you're not stumbling because you see why you got all of those waha, hagwathium, and all of that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like then you'll start understanding this is saying and the sisters. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Or waha, akwathium, waha, achium. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? You'll start understanding.
Come. You know, sometimes like when we here, like we learn like proper Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
And like when we speak it amongst ourselves,
we speak it in slang.
In slang, like we say, the proper word is "kan" out of one "kan," but we say "kan one kan."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, we just saying it fast. Kan one kan. I say kan one kan, but because I'm saying it so fast, you won't hear kan out of one kan.
Like you hear like kan one kan. Like,
right.
You know what I mean?
Right. But a way to understand the slang.
Right.
Is it's in the Bible. So what you read in is slang. That's why people can't understand the Bible.
Right.
Because they read in slang. Now, if we were speaking it, like, okay, you learning the basics now. If you mastered the basics, you was able to speak whatever you wanted to speak, then you can mix it in with some slang. Yeah. Like instead of saying sit, I say damn. Or instead of saying hot, I say cold. You know what I'm saying? Right. Instead of saying go, I say gone. Or instead of saying leave, I say bounce. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Something like that. Then you can put that spirit. But first you got to know the words.
So like the Gadites, right? People don't understand what language is speaking, but it's like, can you say like it's their slang term of Hebrew?
They were speaking Hebrew.
Speak Hebrew.
They were speaking Hebrew.
Right. Okay.
Straight up. The Sioux spoke Hebrew. Even their characters, they still look Hebrew today.
Come on, come on.
You see what I'm saying? They speaking Hebrew. They speaking that slang, and that's just how they rock. That's why if you go look in the View of the Hebrews book, it'll give you an example of what they were saying and how it sounded like you were reading the Bible. As a matter of fact, if you could get a View of the Hebrews for me.
What's that?
I'll find it. It's up there somewhere.
View of the Hebrew?
A View of the Hebrews. It should be up there unless Officer Karyash took it with him. You know, he be reading them Officer Karyash, he read the books. He been to chuck the book out early. You know what I'm saying? Let me see this. This is a View of the Hebrews. It also goes into the language of the Gadites that was encountered over here in North America. So, boom, here it is.
Right.
Page 15. I'll read it. I'll read it.
Come.
Here's what it says. Starts at page 58. It says, their pronouns as well as their nouns, Dr. Edward remarks, are manifestly from the Hebrew. Mr. Adair is confident of that fact, that their language is Hebrew, and their laconic, bold, and commanding figures of speech. What are you trying to imply? Talking about they slang, you know what I'm saying? How they just, so, you know what I'm saying? They strong language.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just bold, but it gets to the point. You see what I'm saying?
Come.
It says, he notes as exactly agreeing with the genius of the Hebrew language. He says that after living 40 years among them, he obtained such knowledge of the Hebrew idiom of their language that he viewed the event of their having for more than two millennaries, and without the aid of literature, preserved their Hebrew language so pure, to be put little short of a miracle. Relative to the Hebraism, or the Hebrewism of their figures, meaning how they write.
Right.
Mr. Adair gives the following instance from an address of a captain to his warriors going to battle. This is what the captain said to the warriors, right?
Come.
He said, I know that your guns are burning in your hand. Are they literally burning in your hand?
No, it's slang.
What is he trying to say?
He's slang.
What is he saying?
Like, I'm gonna burn you. I mean, like, they anxious for war.
Yeah, I know you you can't wait to squeeze a trigger.
Come. Yeah, okay.
I know you eager to go to war.
Oh, come. I see what you're
Right?
saying. Yeah.
He said, your tomahawks are thirsting to drink the blood of your
Oh,
enemies.
that's black people right there talking.
Yeah, you hear it,
Thirsty.
right?
Yeah, I see it right there. Like, you're talking about thirsty.
Yeah, meaning it's not saying, okay, it's saying your tomahawk is just like, meaning it's still saying you eager to go to war. Like you ready, you prepared to go to war. It implies things that people in America, our oppressors, have to break down by every word and every syllable.
Right.
Which is why this language is so pure and so genius, because it's a spiritual language. If I'm telling you, hey man, I know you thirsty for this war, man. I know, man. What do you use? What war you? What? I know your spear is crying. You understand?
Right.
To go into the stomach. You know what I'm saying? Or
Right.
I know your M16 is jumping out of your hands right now. Take it easy. I know your M16 is jumping out of your hand right now. I know your tomahawk is thirsty for the blood of your enemies, right? He says, trust your arrows. Your trusty arrows are impatient to be upon the wing. What does that mean?
Meaning you ready to shoot them arrows.
Yeah, you ready to shoot the arrows, right?
Okay.
You thirsty, like you can't wait, you itching
Right.
to shoot that arrow. Unless delay should burn your hearts any longer. What is he saying?
Meaning that they couldn't wait to go to war. Like delaying their hearts.
Meaning if I keep you waiting any longer, you understand?
Right.
That's what he's saying. Unless delay should burn your hearts any longer, meaning if I torture you right now with wait, you so eager to go to war,
Right.
I give you the cool, refreshing word, right? Join the holy ark and a way to cut off the devoted enemy. You see what I'm saying? This is just the way they speak. It's slang.
God.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the point.
That's dope. That's dope.
And that's how once we master this Hebrew again, we get it back. We'll be doing the same thing. So it don't even matter. They can watch our classes all day, learn how we bring in the ancient language back out, but they can never take the spirit of the words that we're gonna be speaking.
Right.
See what I'm saying? That's the point.
Okay, cause it's like when we how brothers rap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And white people was like, or the oppressor would say, they don't understand what
right. Well, what are y'all talking about? You want to kick it? What are you kicking?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What are you kicking? What do you want to kick it?
Right. Like,
you see what I'm saying?
Like we have our own language, but we're speaking English.
That's the point.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how you know.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to help you understand is, if you could just master these nouns and pronouns and the way you set up sentences and everything like that, then guess what? You'll be able to say whatever you want to say in Hebrew. Feel me? So that's the point. So, all right, don't sweat. Back to these words. All right, brother in Hebrew. A lot of people hear us say in Hebrew, we say ak a lot, and they be like, man, what's an ak, bro? What are you calling me? I'm just calling you brother, that's all. You know what I'm saying?
No problem, brother. Come anytime. Yeah, I was like 7 to 9.
All right. Then you got all right, so what I'll do is I'll leave these up so y'all can get them down real quick, and then I'm gonna move on in a second. But these are just some common words, but to know them and really know them in your heart, you understand? So whenever you say Abba, I like right now, my children, especially my little small ones, they say Abba. They don't say father or daddy. They don't say that. They say Abba. You understand? Stone, a bun. You know what I'm saying? So you want to say, hey man, that nigga look cold, nigga stone. You know what I'm saying? Strict, unmoving, unchanging, a bun. Lord, every woman in the Israelite school of UBK should know this word, as well as the men. Lord, are the one. Now, it's not talking about the Lord, but Lord, like sir, who's over you, your head. You understand? Ground, Adama. You understand? Adama. Whose name in the Bible was Adama? Whose name in the Bible was Adama? The first man that the Lord ever decided to give the law, statutes, and commandments to. Adam. In the English, but in the Hebrew, Adama. Why is his name Adam? Because of what? The Lord built him up from the what? From the ground. because he was in the low state just like everybody else.
Okay.
So that's why his name is Adama, to symbolize the Lord breathed life into a man who is low as the dust is to the ground. You see what I'm saying? That's the point. Tent, a hall, right? Now, you might say, hey man, I'm going to the house. Instead of saying the actual word for house, which is what? You want to raise your hand. What's the word house in Hebrew? Think about it. You do know. Remember that stone? Remember that stone? I don't got it up here yet. Remind me to print that out or get that photo printed out where it has King David's name on a Moabite stone. That piece that was on there.
No, yeah.
What did it say before it said Dawada? Bayath. Bayath. Instead of saying that, why don't you just say a hall? Going to the tent, going to the house. You know what I'm saying? A hall. You know what I'm saying? Same thing as Bayath. It's just different. You can use it different. You know what I'm saying? You want to say the house of David? I wouldn't say a hall Dawada. Because a tent it could be slain for the house,
Right.
but in a prominent way, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say the tent of David. All right. Then you have the most common word, one of the most common words in the Israelite school UPK or in Hebrew, period, or in our culture that we use even before we knew Hebrew. We still were saying brother, and that's ach, ach in the Hebrew. Looks like this. All right. Then you have after, a car. Looks like this. All right. No sweat. I'm gonna leave it up there for one more minute, and then I'm gonna erase it and give y'all some more. If you want to take a picture, if you in the class, if you want to take a picture of it instead of writing it down, that's you. You know what I'm saying? These words come in handy when you don't want a devil to know what you're saying. Right. When you at your slave and you somewhere and you know what I'm saying, you got some brothers with you, or you know what I'm saying, you working with some brothers and whatever, and at your slave or whatnot, or you around some brothers and you don't want people to know what you're saying, learn the Hebrew. I know y'all mad at the Hispanics for knowing Spanish and you don't. And they talk about whatever the hell they want to talk about. You just don't know what the hell they talking about. Well, wouldn't you like to do that?
Right.
Hell, the Hispanics can do it. Because guess what? The oppressor knows Spanish. The oppressor dives deep into Spanish to know what the slang in Spanish is. You feel what I'm saying?
God.
Like, they know what's going on. You dig? So, like, even with that, you dig? That's slang. You know what I'm saying? You say that in Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? You dig. People be saying, what the hell are you saying? You know what I'm saying? You dig me? Or something like that. Nevertheless, that's our spirit. So, I'm about to erase these, and I'll start up with some more. Get about your shot real quick so y'all see it real quick before I bust it down. Moving on. Try to make it a lot more words real quick. Give me a second. And then we'll go over. There you go, the word for you. Right. stop there.
You know, it's funny. Well, mother is Ama. Everybody was saying Ma, Ma.
There's a lot of things in language that hasn't changed. You understand? Even with fire and ash. What does fire do to things? Turn it into
Ash.
There you go. So when you see ash, you know there was
Ash.
you get it?
Fire.
So a lot of things ain't gonna change really. But yeah, I'm ba is really what it used to be. Like even if you go to Africa, they call they fathers ba or baba,
Yeah.
dada. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Mama, it's just doubling it up. But ma and ba, yeah. So hell, even in the language, the man comes before the woman. Ba and then ma. You understand? So I'll leave these up here for a second. Let y'all write them down. We'll go over 'em. I went to 2 different stores, so I decided it's holy water. That works.
Oh no. Hold that.
All right, y'all. So, power or powers or God, which is the same word, which is not the Most High's name. The Lord's name is not God. You understand? In context, you'll see if they say God referring to the Most High power, or they'll just keep it plain and say the Most High God of Israel. You understand? God just means power. That's all it means. Or angels, or, you know what I'm saying, authority. Nevertheless, you have power, God. In the Hebrew is Allahayam. 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 Allah, right? Short for it, right? Even sometimes, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Short for it. But nevertheless, Allah, that's why you got dumbass Arabs thinking that the Lord's name is or the God that we serve is Allah. You understand? That's why they say Allah to this day. Nevertheless, it's Allahayam, which is not even the Most High. You understand? The water. Uh-oh, he went and gave me this water. The water for the water. So, you want to jot that down? It's what it looks like in the Hebrew, or ancient Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I'm not writing the Assyrian yet is because if you can get familiar with the ancient Hebrew, it'll make it easier to get familiar with the Assyrian Hebrew. Anybody think I'm lying, just try to become an officer in the Israelite school EPK. He'll understand what I mean. Mother is Amma. 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 They're singular, so they're not connected, which is why I put the arrow underneath each one indicating that they are not a connected word. If they were connected, it would be um. but it's not it's ama. Ama. All right. What else we got? Person. Anawash. Anawash. All right. Anawash. And when you was not here, we were speaking about the slang, right?
Okay.
Now, these words, when you can master them and keep them in your spirit, you'll be able to use them in slang. Like some things, you'll be like, man, that's fire. If you know how to say man, and then you knew how to imply that, and then you knew the word fire, you can put it together. I want to see who can put that together. Man, that's fire. I want to see if you can put that together in Hebrew at the end of the class. If you think you can do it, I'll put you up there. All right? See what you know. All right, no sweat. Unawash is person. Unawash. Or people. Person. Unawash. Land. This is one that floats around in Israel a lot as well. It's Aratazah. Right? But for the sake of the people who haven't been in this class before, I just went on and put it up there. I could have excluded it, but Aratazah, which is also could mean country. You understand? Like the land of would be a country or a continent. Where do I get that from? Who knows? Why am I even saying that right now? Who knows?
Saying the land of.
Why am I saying Aratazah not only is land, but when you say land, you're thinking country as well.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So if Adama is ground, then it's not talking about that kind of land. Right?
Right.
It's talking about a land far off.
Right.
Right? So why am I even making that? Why am I honing in on that? Go ahead.
Because the term they use is the land of Israel.
No.
No.
No. That's not why.
You asking why are you using like land?
Why am I emphasizing what I'm saying right now? Why am I doing that?
I mean, because like you said earlier, like sometimes like one word can mean more than one thing, right? Like
Yeah.
one word can mean more than one thing. Like land, you know, for the ground, or land is the country, or land, you know what I'm saying, the ground, something like that, you know.
Yeah, 1 second. Give me a second. It's a lot. Hello.
I just like, you know, I got to be sick, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's the weather.
Nah, I got to be sick.
Oh. I hate that. One thing when I was, my family was all together.
Yeah.
You know, one person gets sick in the house,
Everyone.
everybody gets sick.
It happens. It happens.
All right, Salaki. So what were we talking about? The land.
The land.
Right. I'm doing it for a reason.
Slide time?
No. Go ahead.
Because you have to know to use a word in context.
Of course, you got to use the word in context. You're right. But no, that's not why. That's not why. For time's sake, somebody get the Apocrypha. Go to 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and 54. Now you got it.
Time.
Now you got it, right? I know.
Okay.
Read it.
All right. The book of 2nd Ezra in the Apocrypha, chapter 6, verse 54.
A lot of people try to romanticize this word. Excuse me. First of all, that's not what I wanted. I wanted 13 and where the 12 tribes was carried away. I know it's in 13.
13 and 40.
Yeah. Let me get that.
This is book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 40.
A lot of people try to romanticize this. You know what I'm saying? This word.
Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea, the king, who Salamander, the king of Assyria, led away captive.
Right. Go ahead.
And he carried them over the waters.
Mm-hmm.
And so came they into another land.
Now, what are we talking about? We're talking about the so-called North American Indians, South Americans, and Central American Indians, and the islands, right? Of this region. So, they was carried away captive. It said land twice. Read.
Verse 41. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would lead the multitude of the heathen,
Right.
and go forward into a further country, where never mankind dwelt,
Right.
that they might keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
Now it says that they was going to go to a land and keep their statutes, and in this land, no man has ever dwelt or occupied or ownership of this land. Right? Read.
Verse 43. And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river. For the Most High have showed them signs for them, and held still the flood.
Right.
Till they were passed over.
Talking about the voyage that it took. Right? Go ahead.
For through that country there was a great way to go.
Now, if you do anything about what's the word? Marine. Damn, it just slipped my tongue. But
What's it about?
the
Navigation.
Yeah, but there's another term for it. It slipped my mind. Marine navigation, is we could say that, right?
Okay.
Going over the ocean, crossing the seas. Back in the days.
Oh, it's like a voyage.
No, that's not it. But back in the days, in ancient times, that was a hard thing to do. They didn't have vessels. You understand? So to cross that amount of water, that could take you 100 and how many days?
It says a year and a half.
Yeah, a year and a half. That's a long trip over the water, right? Now, check this out. The Lord got to be with you to make that one. I've read in history where other people tried to make that trek over to America and didn't make it. They didn't make it. And then sent a whole nother fleet. Still didn't make it. Only one person came back to tell them how horrible it was for them to try to cross the ocean to America. Straight up. So it's not an easy thing to do, and the Lord had to be with them to hold back the flood. Mm-hmm. You understand? Now, read.
Verse 45. For through the country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half. And the same region is called Arsareth.
It's called what?
Arsareth.
What?
Arsareth.
Okay. You know what the word Arsareth in Hebrew is, right?
Land.
Which is?
Aratazah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Aratazah. Now you got a lot of nutcases that are gonna try to take that word and say whatever the hell they want to say it means. But if you knew the real linguistics that you're reading, and you knew what the root word for that word in Greek was, it had to come from the Hebrew, which is
Aratazah.
That's where I say Arsareth.
Oh.
See? So, Slovakia.
So basically, like, um, it's like you saying that word land, right? And you like you emphasizing, like you make it bigger than what it is. I say,
Yeah.
like how it is for um what's it called Son of Man or the Son of Man, something like that.
Semi. It's just like how people are looking at the Bible and see ruddy and don't know the linguistics behind the word. They just go with what they think they know because, they used to be on drugs. You know what I'm saying? And smoking weed all day and really can't make the simplest connection. Why? Because they didn't come into the Israelite School of PK to know these words.
Right.
If the Bible was transliterated in English, don't it make sense to know and understand the language that it was written in? Yeah, it does. Especially when Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians know this language. Guess what? Your spirit can be applied, right? What did General Muhammad always say? The Holy Spirit is in the.
School BK.
Yes, that's true. But the Holy Spirit. How many people had the Bible before the Israelite School EPK had it?
Damn near almost every nation.
The entire world.
Okay.
Why is it that nobody understood the Bible until we got it?
Because it's a black man's book.
That's true. But how many black men had it before us?
A lot of them, but they didn't get the proper understanding because they was getting understanding from other nations.
Yeah, so did Abba Bivens.
It's true. But the spirit, you know what I'm saying, was different. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
Because Lord gave black people that spirit.
It's a simple word. I'm going to tell you what it is. Right here for you.
Context.
That's how I know y'all don't be in class. Y'all, if y'all know that I know you haven't been in class. General Muhammad says that the Holy Spirit is in the context. In the correct context, you'll understand the Bible, right? But that context is hidden from a lot of people.
Right.
You understand? It is. The only way a black man gonna understand the context of the Bible or the scriptures is to come in the Israelite School UPK. Period. And hell, even though the ISUPK has been around for over 50 years, and white people have, our oppressors have been having us on their radar for over 50 years. Why they don't understand what we understand?
Because they're not in here.
Because the Holy Spirit is only in
Israelite School PK.
and in
The context.
What person can only have the Holy Spirit? What kind of person can only have the Holy Spirit?
Blacks.
Who?
Blacks.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. He right. Israelites.
Right.
Only type of people who can have the Holy Spirit. That was, if not true, then why did it take all them centuries, 2 millennia, for the Israelite School of UBK to come along and have the right context of the Bible and crush the world with it, the same context that Christ had? You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why I was bringing that out is because you might run into a battle where somebody wants to battle over the word Ar-Sareth. They're going to tell you what so many people have said Ar-Sareth means. See, Ar-Sareth is America. See, if you break the word down, you're going to get this, X, Y, Z. Count the words up. You're going to get the, man, time out for all that. It's Aratazah. It just means another land. That's all. Another country, another continent, or landmass that nobody else was ever in control
Okay.
of. You understand? That's all.
Mm.
And we got fire. Fire. Ash. Is it a coincidence that when fire burns everything to the ground, it's in ashes? Some things don't get lost in linguistics. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's one of them. Ash. Fire. Because no matter what fire touches, when it's done with you, you're ash. Period. You get burned up. As a matter of fact, cremation.
Right.
You get cremated, you get turned into. There you go. Woman. Something that I want to get all you brothers in Israelite School EPK is a Asha. A woman. Brothers need a woman, man. A fine woman, good, nice, healthy, smart, humble, shamefaced. You know, love the Lord, all that. Nothing better than that. What everybody, guess what? So like I'm gonna take this time to plug it. Chicago just got some new sewing equipment.
Right.
Damn near upgraded the garment department. You understand? So,
That's right.
since we have the word here, guess what? Akium in Chicago, Midwest. If you want you a nice, decent garment, holler at me. All right? I got what it takes now. Boom. And I'm coming old One West style. I'm talking about that old 90s style. You feel what I'm saying? That you can find on that picture over there. I'm coming that style. You did? Gundam style. Salaki. But garment is bagad. Alright? Bagad. Bagad is garment. House. House. Bayath. Bayath. Son. That's my son right there. That's my bun. Right? Bun. Bana together is bun. If it was separated, it would be bana. But the bun and none together is bun. Covenant. Barayath. Covenant. Baryath. Excuse me. It's Baryath. Salakia. All right, I'm gonna let y'all be those down for a second. You know what I'm saying? I would just take a picture of it.
That's exactly what I was gonna do, sir. It's a lot.
I'll give him about another minute before I erase it and move on.
The word woman is very similar to the word fire.
Don't do that. Don't do that. All right, that's it. You don't got it, just rewind it, rewind the class, and it'll be up there for you on YouTube. All our classes go up, so it'll be up there for you. Moving on. All right. I'm writing in Hebrew.
I saw that.
Pay me no mind. Some of these, it's taking me along because some of these, they just common. They just so damn common. I don't even want to put them up. My seed, son. Straight up, son.
Can Zariah and Bond be the same thing?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go with it. You know what I'm saying? Give me this one. I'm gonna give you one more. This was good. Got that water. Got that water. Alright, write it in the ink shot. Here I go. Right Hebrew and English. Not an English teacher. I'm a Hebrew teacher. I'll leave that up there for a second for y'all to get it. And then I'll come up and go over the words. Once again, when you know these words and you know them prepositions and those adjectives and the pluralism, you good to go. All right, y'all. What time is it? 8:17. Cool. Got many more words to go, but I don't want to leave y'all with a little bit, so I'm gonna zoom through. Flesh, Bashar. Bashar is how you say that. Bashar. You understand? So if you want to say your rib is your flesh, two words you can say that can imply it until you get your prepositions together is what? Aisha, which is your wife, right? And flesh, which is Bashar. Ha, Ashar, Bashar. Asha, Bashar. That's a simple way to say it. I ain't want to give you the most complicated way to say it, because then I'm going to give you the answers. I want you to be able to look at the prepositions. Like, the reason I ain't do it, I know my yard is good with the prepositions, but I want you, you know what I'm saying, to be able to go look at this, you know what I'm saying, and it's film that what I did months ago, right? Where I went over all the prepositions, a lot of different nouns and verbs and stuff like that, and taught how to use them together and how to identify when you seeing it as one word, what it is saying. You see what I'm saying? So, flesh, Bashar. Daughter, Bath. Border, Gabawal. Nation, Gauya. Where you see Goyim. You ever seen Goyim?
No.
Okay. Jewish people call heathens Goyim, right? Yeah, that's where I get it from. Nations, heathen, Gentiles. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Nations.
Goyim.
But if you say nations, then it's Gayam.
Goyim.
That's where you get Goyim.
Goyim.
You get it?
Oh, okay.
That's where it comes from. All right? It's actually a word. Blood, gum. And this ain't the type of gum you chew.
Right.
All right? Don't put blood in your mouth.
Right.
Nobody put blood in your mouth, please. Don't do that. I advise you not to do that. Road, Darak. Gold, Zahab. So that's an excellent name for a son. It's an excellent name for a son. Name him Gold. You know what I'm saying? Or Golden. You know what I'm saying? That's a good to name your Zarai or your seed.
Right.
All right. Night is Layala. So knowing that night is Layala, how do you say good night? Raise your hand.
Tawab Layala.
Tawab Layala. That's how you say it. All right. Water. I got that water. Mayum. Ain't that something? Because what is wine?
What is wine?
How do you say wine in Hebrew? You?
Mayam.
Nope. You know this, man. You know this, man. You know this. Yeah, yum.
Oh, yeah, yum. Oh, come. Okay, yeah, yum.
All right. So instead of saying yeah, yum, let's go get some yeah, yum.
Oh, we use that all the time.
If you want to say liquor, won't you just say my yum? Holy water. You know how we be. Hey, man, pass that holy water. Pass that water. I just said, where my water? My yum. All right. It's just water. It's just water I'm drinking. My yum. All right. So I'll let it up there for one more minute and I'll erase it. Yeah, yum. Let's go get some wine. Yeah, yum. Let's go get some liquor. My yum.
That was Yayash.
Nah, I'm speaking in slang. Remember the whole theme of the spirit of the... Yeah, I'm speaking in slang. Let's go get some water.
So like you said,
Go ahead.
He said holy water.
Holy
So
water.
that'd be
Qadash Mayam.
Khan Ghana, so I just
Yeah.
Qadash my young. Khan.
Yeah, holy water. Drip, drip. Mayam. Nah, probably like it's probably another word for that you would use.
What's the word for strong? You know, wine is young. What's the word for strong?
Yayash.
Yayash. That's what you said. Yayash.
Mm.
Yayash.
Yeah,
Yayash.
young.
Look at some yayash.
Alright, we done with these. Get these off the board. Wait for that man, that officer man, that come in here and love the Hebrew language like I do. Get to know it, know it. You know what I'm saying? Challenge me, make me sharper in it. You dig? Before you know it, you done brought back a spirit that's been gone. Where brothers is, well, I ain't say gone, but brothers ain't doing most the time. We do speak in Hebrew with each other, but all the time, you know what I'm saying? You all the time speaking Hebrew?
I want to get fluent.
Yeah. We speak Hebrew every damn day with each other, but all the time,
Every word.
every single word. Yeah, no, not that one. Sounded like him. He brought a key. He wanna go put that sword away. Make sure no little crack free.
Okay.
Oh, it's locked. All right. Boom. So next set of words, I'm gonna leave you alone for about a minute or two. Write them down if you online. Then we'll go over them. I think if you can't read my handwriting, let me know. I think I do an excellent job in handwriting. But hey, if you can't read it, let me know. You understand? You should be monitoring the online on YouTube if you could, please. On Facebook as well. People may not be able to see it, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, let me know.
Come on.
Why? All right, no sweat. Y'all got it? All right, no sweat. You got it, Warrior?
I'm still on the tree.
Huh?
I'm at tree.
You want to just take a picture of it? The picture lasts long. With a picture, you can just go back at home and, you know what I'm saying, keep this. Write it down. The way I do it when I study Hebrew words is, of course, because I'm good with writing it already. If I'm going to learn the words, I'll learn 4 at a time. You understand? 4 at a time, I'll learn them. Know what they mean. Then I have somebody quiz me. Servant, iniquity, city. I need to know those. You know what I'm saying? Once they say what's servant in Hebrew, I got to tell them. I buy. What's iniquity? I want. What's I yun. What's city? I y'all. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing that over and over with me. After a while, repetition makes, who knows? Repetition makes perfect, man.
Yeah, perfection.
Perfection, man. You know what I'm saying? After a while, it'll stay in your soul and it will never leave you like the officer's test.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At any given moment on the streets, an officer in Israelite School EPK should be able to win because he got what? The officer's test. It should be here. It should be seared in your mind like a hot iron. Yeah, it should be seared there like a burn mark. Should never be able to go anywhere else. So, servant is ibad. How do you say servant of the Lord? Raise your hand if you know. Go ahead. Ibadia. Adja. Ibadia. Ibadia. Yeah, I know Ibadia hates when people call him Ibaja. Just like Captain Tazariak hate Tazariak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know he hates that, man. But nevertheless, he's a servant of the Lord. Ibadia. Alright? Iniquity. I won. Not like I beat you every time we play the baseball game, the show 19. Not like I won, you know what I'm saying? But you should believe it. You should believe it because it's true. My name is the Bar Moth, speaker of the truth. I ain't gonna tell you no lies. Tell you. I yun. Excuse me, am I on the way? Yep. Excuse me. I yun. city, Ayar. Ayar. I have a nephew named Ayar. Yeah, Lakad Ayar means take the city.
That's right.
He a strong boy, man. I ain't never seen no child as, as geared for destruction as Lakad Ayar. He love who he love, and if he don't love you, you an enemy. You understand? His name means to take the city. Ascent. Ascent or ascend or stairway. You understand? To go up some stairs, not down the stairs. Ascend or ascent is Isla. Isla. I have a rib named Isla. Go up, not down.
Right.
Tree. Itaza. Itaza. See a man that's super tall, you ain't got to say, damn, he tall as hell. All you got to do is be like, Itaza. 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 He'll be like, what you talking about? You a tree.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Because the Hebrew language is spiritual. I don't have to say, you're tall like a tree. I could just say tree, and you understand that I'm saying you're tall like a tree. We do it all the time anyway, don't we?
Right.
Yes. I got a brother who had, his name is Nathak. He's in Boston, right? You understand? His Hebrew name is Nathak, but in the world they used to call him Tall Chris. They could have just called him Tree.
Right.
You understand? Cause he tall as hell. He like Tazawan tall. Straight up. He tall. Time. Itha. It's time. Itha.
Time.
Itha.
Oh, 8:40.
See what I'm saying? Itha. See what I'm saying? You don't even have to say, what time is it?
Just say I thought.
Itha. Baba Kusha. Itha. See what I'm saying? You ain't got that clock, did you? Were you looking up there for that clock that you ain't get yet? Salaki, I ain't gonna tell y'all who I was talking to. Don't want the brother put me in counsel. Mouth. We're not gonna talk about slang about mouth, but it's puh. Alright? Puh. You could get creative. If you got a rib at home, you get creative with it. You know what I'm saying? With the word puh. She can be like, puh. Alright. This is kind of I don't want to turn to a rated X class. You can even do the same with face.
Yes.
Lakia. Panayam. Flop. Taza'an. Army. Tazaba. There you go. Give you some time to record it online, and then we'll move on to the next words. And I'm going to talk to Officer Kawan, tell him next week to give you more words in a time period to actually know your words. Keep going over the words, over and over. Prepositions, over and over and over. Pluralism, over and over and over. Adjectives, over and over. Pronouns, over and over. Nouns. And then, once people are more familiar with these things, then you'll start seeing brothers come from Chicago, go to the Passover talking about, can I speak the Hebrew? Can I speak the Hebrew? Because then you'll be able to sing the words out.
Right.
You understand? You'll be able to sing them then. You'll be able to read them and sing them in real time. Same way you can read your favorite Chris Brown song. Don't speak out loud in here. We don't speak out of turn here, all right? So that, you know what I'm saying? That's the point. So I'll give you a couple more seconds, and I'm erase it and move on. What time? What's the time? I think we can get another one in.
8:43.
Yeah, we can get another one in. It'd be nice, you know what I'm saying, to talk to brothers in Hebrew. In the Lashawan Qadash. Excellent.
Just imagine that. We just had to sit up and have the whole conversation. Just in actual Hebrew.
Before you pulled up, I was talking about it. Like, man.
Just like, you know, like our Hispanic brothers, how they just speak, you know, fluent, just having a conversation.
Is this not one body? Is this not one body, one spirit? Did he not just say verbatim exactly what I just said?
Same thing.
He must have been watching online.
He probably
He was tuning in.
But yeah, that'd be something. You be sitting there looking at it like, what is you saying?
They be feeling offended. We need to learn this language. It forbid you to speak that language as slave.
Right.
Because they don't know it.
Like that go.
Is it possible to like change up like words and stuff like that? Like how we say, "Who's this?" We say, "Who this nigga?"
Yeah, it's possible.
Okay.
It's possible for sure. How do you know it's possible? Because people shorten the name of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? There's things in the Bible that's been short. You know what I'm saying? You shorten it up, still have the same meaning to it. Once you know the language, it's easy to do. There go another one. For only married men only. Most High crack the water for the time check. So I'll give them about a minute, and then I'll pronounce them, and then we'll end the class. All right, don't sweat. Let's get to the pronunciation. Righteous.
Tazadak.
No.
Tazadak.
Tazadayak. Righteous. Well, I might be wrong with that. It should be Tazadak. Hold off on that. Matter of fact, I'm sure it's Tazadak. So, scratch this for now. I ain't got time. Today ain't got time, cuz. Holy, Qadash. Voice, Qawwal. Within, Kara. Head, Ra'ash. Foot, Ragal. Wind, Rawak. Bad or sin or evil. Rye. Might say evil. Bad or evil. Rye. Lost. Shai. Name. Shum. Sky. Shemayum. Year. Shana. I give you 2 more seconds. With that, pass the class over to Precinct Officer Ra'aim.
The Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Come out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for a new brother and sister. When new brother and sister come into the school, they're all living for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed the sins of the world. If any transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to